Okay, yeah, this is Transcorp Q1 2026 earnings report. So you see the catchy headline: the revenue dropped by minus 12.9%, but profit after tax increased. Why? Let's dive into the numbers. This is if you want to download the graphics, go to X, double underscore invest. You get the graphics. So let's dive. Under 2-3 minutes, we are done. So this is the income statement. So this is the income statement. You zoom it out for you to see. So you see that the revenue dropped. The margins, all the margins drop, gross margin, operating margin, but it is only the profits after tax that increased. What happened? If you overlay it, you see that they sold less. There is a magical line that happened here. This is what did the heavy lifting, which is this finance income and cost. So it flipped from a 4 billion cost to a billion pot to income because of what they lowered their borrowing, and the legacy debts they had from those their trade receivables are now accruing income. So net, if you check it, you see that they are on profit. Then if you look at some of the margins, you see how they are shedding. So let's go look at the balance sheet side of things too. We are trying to make it 33 minutes. Okay, then if you look at the balance sheet, you see that the total assets increased, equity also increased. Then the current ratio looks okay, but they are tax payable because they are deferring tax, like we have initially said from their 2025 results full year. They are deferring tax, and that is one of the concerns that you have to bear in mind. Then for the segment side of the business, the segments are doing well too. Power is still the major segment. But power, they sold less this time around because they generated less. Nobody knows the reason. Nobody know. We don't know if it is because of they had maybe constraints in their gas supply, or if it is a maintenance issue, or if they deliberately decided to load in their load management, because there's what we call load management. Nobody knows, but their hospitality business is doing great. They still have unpaid tax, which is part of that unpayables, but they are still accruing these trade receivables and collecting incomes on them and making provisions too. So that is where the sticky lines are.